Have you ever wondered if certain numbers could change your financial life? I used to think it was nonsense too, until I saw what happened to my neighbor after using these 6 numbers. A retired woman drowning in debt. And today, well, you need to see it with your own eyes. Don't skip this video, because at the end, I'll reveal the most powerful of these 6, and how it can start attracting money into your life today. And take this moment. Comment below, "Luck is coming to me," if you also believe that prosperity comes to those who are ready. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and let's transform our relationship with money together. Some seeds grow so slowly that, at first glance, they seem useless, but they're working all the time, silently. That's exactly how abundance works, and some numbers are like invisible keys to unlock this process. In numerology, the number 27 is one of the most subtle and powerful in this sense. It doesn't scream, it doesn't impose. But when it shows up frequently, on clocks, passwords, signs, or dreams, it's a clear sign that the universe is trying to awaken something within you. In Buddhism, there is the idea that the mind shapes reality. The number 27 acts as a silent reminder of this truth. It invites introspection, connection to the present, and trust in cycles that are still forming. Maria, a teacher from rural Minas Gerais, began seeing 27 during a time of financial despair. Instead of ignoring it, she decided to investigate. She started meditating daily for 2 minutes and 7 seconds, visualizing her life in balance. There was no magic. But little by little, new opportunities appeared. A scholarship for her son, unexpected extra income, and even a sense of peace she had forgotten existed. If you're seeing this number, or felt something different when hearing about it, try this ritual. Every morning before picking up your phone, close your eyes for 2 minutes and 7 seconds. Take a deep breath, mentally repeat silent abundance, and visualize energy flowing into your financial life with calm and consistency. Have you seen this number? Felt its vibration? Comment now, 27 is with me, if that resonated with you. Sometimes recognizing the sign is the first step to changing everything. Some people believe giving too much drains you. Others think receiving too much corrupts. The truth is somewhere in between, and number 14 is the quiet reminder that balance between generosity and self-care is the key to unlocking a fuller life. Numerologically, 14 is a combination of individualism, 1, and emotional stability, 4. It represents movement with purpose, giving with boundaries, progress with roots. In practice, it's the number that appears when you need to stop carrying everything alone, or when you're giving too much and forgetting about yourself. Take Leandro, a sales manager who lived on autopilot. He worked to support his family, pay bills, keep everything afloat. But nothing felt enough. When the number 14 started appearing, on receipts at the time important emails arrived, even in the hotel room he always stayed in, something shifted. He began to reflect. What if this number is trying to show me I'm off balance? He decided to test it. He started noting down 3 things he gave to others, and 3 things he did for himself every day. A small gesture. But in 2 months, he reported less anxiety, more focus, and even improved work performance. Outer harmony began when he found inner balance. If you feel your life is out of balance, try this. Write down the number 14 in a visible spot, in your wallet, on the bathroom mirror, or as a reminder on your phone. Every time you see that number, ask yourself, what did I give today? What did I receive? This simple practice creates active awareness, and it transforms. Feel like you need to find your center again? Comment now, balance activated, and see how that small gesture can completely change your routine. Loss hurts, but sometimes it's in the moment of loss that true transformation begins. The number 9 carries exactly this energy. It closes cycles, heals wounds, and makes room for the new. But to do that, it demands courage. The courage to let go. In numerology, 9 is the number of closure. It's the last one before the restart. It holds the archetype of the wise one, someone who has suffered, who has fallen, but who now understands that everything has its time, even pain. In Buddhism, this echoes the principle of impermanence. Nothing is fixed, everything changes, and attachment is what traps us. Rafaela knows this well. She lost her job, her partner, and her self-esteem in under a year. When the number 9 started appearing frequently, in bank lines, passwords, books, she didn't understand it right away. Until, in a moment of despair, she remembered a friend who talked about numbers that heal. She decided to perform a simple but profound ritual, lighting a white candle every night for 9 days, and writing down what she was ready to release. At first she cried, but over time she wrote more lightly. On the 9th day she felt something different. Anger had given way to gratitude, and what seemed like an ending revealed itself as the beginning of her new life. Are you also carrying something that should have been let go already? A bond, a habit, an old wound. Try this same ritual, not for the candle's magic, but for the power of the symbol. The act of releasing frees up energy so the new can enter. If this spoke straight to your heart, comment now, emotional freedom, and allow this number to help you turn the key you've been postponing. 3 numbers, 3 energies, 3 invitations to a silent change that might already be unfolding within you. Pause for a moment. Breathe. Have you noticed the depth of these signs? They aren't coincidences. They're codes that arrive when we're ready, even if we haven't realized it yet. And the next number is a true spiritual and practical master. It doesn't just guide, it builds. If you've made it this far, don't leave now. What's coming next might change the way you act, decide, and manifest. Some people live waiting for signs. Others build their own miracles. Number 22 is for those ready to do both at the same time. In numerology, 22 is a master number, rare, intense, direct. It bridges the spiritual and the material world. It represents the architect of reality, the one who dreams big but knows how to lay brick by brick. Unlike previous numbers, 22 doesn't ask for introspection or mere reflection. It demands action. It's a call to act with intention, focus, and faith. Leticia is proof of this. A nurse and single mom, she always dreamed of opening a holistic therapy clinic, but she never thought she could. Until the number 22 started showing up. On the clock, her new house number, the hospital's protocol number. She decided to experiment. For 22 consecutive days, she wrote down one clear intention each day. No filters, no fear, No impossible goals. On day 15, she was invited to a free management course. On day 22, she met a professional looking for exactly the kind of partnership she had dreamed of. Today, the clinic exists, not because the number did it for her, but because it activated what was already ready within her. And she listened. Want to try the same process? For the next 22 days, write down one clear intention per day, starting today. Write it as if it's already real. It doesn't have to be perfect, just honest. And now, share your first intention in the comments. Take that first step. Right now. My intention is, and start your journey with the strength of 22. Change doesn't have to be radical. Sometimes it's a small step, so small it almost goes unnoticed, that opens a new road. Number 5 carries exactly this energy: transformation through adaptation, gentle courage, and progressive action. In numerology, 5 represents freedom, movement, and curiosity. It shows up when we're ready to break away from routines that no longer make sense, without breaking from our essence. It's the number that invites us to dare with intention. Psychologically, 5 acts as a trigger for controlled novelty, the kind that stimulates the brain, rekindles motivation, and creates new behavior patterns without anxiety. Fernando, for example, felt like life wasn't moving. Even with a good job and a nice house, everything felt stagnant, until he started seeing the number 5 everywhere: messages, signs, coupons, passwords. Instead of ignoring it, he took action. He created a personal challenge: make one small change a day for 5 days. On day 1, he changed his route to work. On day 2, he turned off his phone for an hour to meditate. On day 3, he had lunch alone, reflecting on what he truly wanted. By day 5, he felt more alive than he had in the past 5 years. And from that point on, he never stopped. Want to start your own evolution now? Create your 5-day challenge. Write down: change something in your routine. Do something new for yourself. Challenge a belief that limits you. Try a habit you've always postponed. Celebrate progress, not perfection. Ready for this simple and powerful fresh start? Comment: I'm ready to evolve. And commit to your own movement. You've made it this far. Congratulations. Now it's time to understand the number that carries the strongest energy of all. The one that can activate prosperity, restore balance, and speed up what felt stuck. The number 8. Unlike the others, 8 doesn't whisper. It resonates. In numerology, it's the number of full manifestation, cosmic justice, and harvesting what has been sown. It's the symbol of materialized karma. What you give, you receive, but with double intensity. Buddhism reinforces this principle with clarity. Intention plus action equals destiny. The number 8 shows up when it's time to align your inner world with your external results. There's no more room for inconsistency. If you want abundance, you need to genuinely vibrate on that frequency. Every single day. Cassio, a failed entrepreneur, nearly gave up after his 3rd attempt at starting a business. In the midst of chaos, he began seeing the number 8 in dreams. Then it appeared on a bill that was accidentally paid. He chose not to ignore it. For 8 weeks, he did one simple thing every day. He wrote down 3 reasons to be grateful when he woke up, and 3 prosperous intentions before going to sleep. always drawing the number 8 at the top of the page. At first, it was just a ritual. Then it became a routine. Finally, it became his reality. A new business partnership emerged. Clients returned, and he rebuilt his company with more clarity and profit. Want to activate this vibration? Here's the practice. Draw the number 8 on a piece of paper. Next to it, write, "I'm grateful for what I have. I'm ready for what I deserve." Do this every day for 8 days. And pay attention. People, opportunities, and clarity will start to align with what you're already vibrating. If you felt this number resonate within you, comment now. "I accept my prosperity," and see what happens when you stop resisting and start allowing. Have you ever wondered why certain numbers seem to follow you? Why you wake up at 3:33 a.m., or why specific dates keep repeating during critical moments in your life? These repetitions aren't coincidences, they're clues. And more than that, they're reflections of what we call your hidden number, your personal energetic signature. While the numbers we've discussed so far are universal messages, the hidden number is the unique frequency of your soul. It carries your behavioral tendencies, your greatest gift, and at the same time, the challenge that keeps repeating until you integrate it. It's as if the universe is saying, "This one's yours. This number is your portal." Now, here's something interesting. Most people live their whole lives without ever knowing this number. They follow unconscious patterns, repeat cycles, and can't figure out why some areas of life flow while others are completely blocked. That's because they're out of sync with their core frequency. And when that happens, do you know what your subconscious does? It starts looking for signs. It looks for patterns. It looks for numbers. In psychology, this is called selective attention. Your brain begins seeking clues that confirm what's hidden inside, even if you're not aware of it. Discovering your hidden number is like receiving an internal map, not a map of what to do, but of how you operate inside. And that number might be screaming for your attention right now, in your dreams, in key life dates, in the moments when you feel most connected. How to calculate your hidden number, or life path number. Take your full birth date. For example, July 23rd, 1990. July 23rd, 1990. Now add all the digits, 0, plus 7, plus 2 plus 3, plus 1, plus 9, plus 9, plus 0, equals 31. Arrow, 3, plus 1, equals 4. Done. That's the base number of your energetic signature, 4. But what does that mean? If your number is 1, you were born to lead and innovate. If it's 2, you came to balance, heal, and mediate. If it's 3, communication, expression, and creativity are your channel. If it's 4 o'clock, stability, structure, and persistence guide you. If it's 5 o'clock, freedom, movement, and transformation are your path. If it's 6 o'clock, nurturing, harmonizing, and building deep bonds. If it's 7, introspection, wisdom, and spiritual connection. If it's 8 o'clock, purpose-driven leadership and prosperity with justice. If it's 9, altruism, detachment, and a collective mission. And if your result is 11, 22, or 33, congratulations, you carry a master number. These are not reduced. They represent lives with spiritual potential far above average, but also require more awareness and responsibility. Why does this draw you in more than you might think? Here comes the second trigger: personal curiosity. Studies show that our brain activates more reward areas when we receive information about ourselves than about anything else. In other words, when you discover your hidden number, your brain enters an expanded state of attention. It wants more. It wants to understand. It wants confirmation. And here's the third psychological trigger: the identification effect. You start to realize that you're not broken. You are just out of alignment. That reduces self-criticism, increases self-compassion, and boosts your sense of possibility. You begin to see yourself with new eyes. And that alone is already transformative. A simple suggestion to activate your number. Now that you know your hidden number, here's an exercise. For the next 7 days, write your personal number at the top of a page. Below it, write a sentence that represents the best of that energy. For example, number 5. Today, I choose to move with freedom and purpose. Number 2. Today, I offer balance and receive harmony. Number 8. Today, I manifest my prosperity with awareness. This practice, though simple, reconditions your mind to operate in alignment with your true frequency. And if you felt something different while listening to this, if you got chills, if your mind became restless, or if you had an inner spark, it's because your number is ready to manifest more strongly. Now say in the comments, I want my hidden number, plus your date of birth, and will help you discover, understand, and activate this unique vibration. Your personal number is not just a piece of data. It's a reminder of who you are and what is already ready to bloom. You're not here by accident. If you made it this far into the video, it's because something inside you recognized the signs. Maybe not rationally, maybe not even consciously, but on a deeper level, your body, your intuition, and even your thoughts began to vibrate differently. And now that everything has been revealed, one question emerges in the silence of your mind. What do I do with all this? Relax. That question isn't a sign of doubt. It's a sign of awakening. Until today, you may have ignored these numbers. You may have thought it was just coincidence or meaningless patterns. But the truth is, your mind connected the dots. And when that happens, there's no turning back. Because when the brain identifies a story with personal meaning, it activates what's known as the closure effect, a nearly obsessive need to resolve, conclude, and act on what now makes sense. That's why you're here. Not just to understand, but to transform. Let's briefly recap, but with new eyes, now that your awareness is awake. 27 wasn't just a number. It was a sign that something is quietly growing in your reality. 14 wasn't just external balance. It was a subtle reminder that you also deserve what you give. 9 wasn't just an ending. It was an invitation to release what has already fulfilled its role. 22 wasn't just construction. It was a mirror. The architect of your reality is you. 5 wasn't just change. It was purposeful movement, something already knocking at your door. 8, the most intense, wasn't about luck. It was about energetic justice. You reap what you vibrate. You receive what you allow. And the bonus, the hidden number, showed you something that almost no one knows about themselves. The energy that shapes your most intimate patterns. Now breathe and understand you've already started to change. By watching, by identifying, by feeling, by commenting, you've taken the first step. And the human brain loves this because it works on momentum. Once in motion, it wants to keep going. Stopping now would be like pausing a movie 5 minutes before it ends. Something inside you wouldn't let that happen. And why does this matter so much right now? Because psychologically, anything new needs to be consolidated within 48 hours, or the brain files it away as useless. In other words, if you don't act now, this new energy could simply fade away. That's why the action you take in the next few hours isn't small. It's the bridge between what you understood and what you're about to live. Now imagine a space where thousands of people are also seeing these same numbers, feeling these same vibrations. People who won't think you're weird for talking about energy, but who will respond, "I felt that too." That community already exists, and it starts right here, in the comments. So, I invite you to 2 simple, yet deeply powerful gestures. Comment now which number resonated most with you. It doesn't matter if it was 9, 27, 8, or your hidden number. Write it honestly. That's you signaling to the universe, "I recognize this code." If you watched all the way through, write complete visualization. That's not just so we know you stayed. It's so that later you'll remember you reached the end of the journey, and that end is just the beginning. Now here's something few people realize. These numbers will come back. But next time, you won't ignore them. You'll understand, you'll recognize, and you'll respond. You'll know that it's not just a number, it's a key. And all a key needs is an open door.